Hello there. I'm going to be going over Gutenberg. Gutenberg is a new version of the WordPress post editor that's going to be rolling out in WordPress version 5.0, whose release date is yet to be set. And you can check it out right now by downloading and installing it as a plugin. So we're going to take a look at Gutenberg in action so you can see what you should expect from it. Okay? So you can add Gutenberg to any WordPress website, any self-hosted WordPress website. Just go to Add New Plugin, give a search for Gutenberg, 1T. Hit Install Now. And then you're going to go ahead and activate it. Now, once Gutenberg is live, it will populate a little menu here on the side. And there, you can check out a demo. This will provide you with a pre-populated blog post, and you can play around with it. So here we have an editor. Now, this post editor looks different than the post editor that you're used to, right? With these full width images. And what do we see here on the left? These arrows. These arrows are next to each block. See, in our example, it says what you're reading now is a text block. We also have heading blocks. We also have image blocks. And this demo basically explains all about Gutenberg and all the different things that it can do. So I encourage you to take a test run, install it, and check it out. Now you'll see down at the bottom any post or page settings that are generated by plugins. Like I have the Yoast SEO plugin installed. That still appears at the bottom. But where you used to have additional features like comments and revisions down at the bottom, those have been shoved to the side. So in addition to our usual visibility features and categories, we now have discussion over on the right, and something new, a table of contents that shows us sort of the hierarchy of the content and the different subheadings within our post. You can go ahead and click in any section to edit it. It does take some getting used to. I just started playing around with it. I'm getting used to it myself. So let's move away from this demo and let's go to a real post. I'm going to leave this. I don't really need it. So let's go in and edit a post. See, did you notice that what popped up was an option for Classic Editor? This would populate the editor that you're used to, Tiny MC Editor. And hitting Regular Edit no longer brings us to the regular editor, but it's going to bring us to the Gutenberg editor. Now what's this done? It's broken up into blocks. Well, not really. It took it and put it into one block. Now if I were to generate more content on this page, I'd have to create a new block. Not going to save any of this, of course. The thought process behind Gutenberg was to take lots of different elements, like widgets, like short codes, like custom fields, like custom post types, and merge them into one editor. Okay. Now, critics of Gutenberg say that WordPress is trying to be too much like Wix, like these sort of drag and drop page builders. Right now, I think it's too early to tell. There's going to be a lot of pros and cons, but love it or hate it, this is coming soon to a WordPress website near you. So try to familiarize yourself with this concept of blocks, which is building your posts modularly. So this means things like every image that you enter, every set of bullet points, every set of paragraphs. It's all going to have to be added as its own unique block. I think that this is going to make doing certain kinds of tasks easier, in particular, creating custom layouts. I think it's going to make some tasks a little harder. I think that just quickly blasting out some blog posts could be a little bit harder. If you wanted a blog post that's simpler in nature, that really just has a few paragraphs of text, maybe some bullet points, some bold text, a few headings, might have been faster to do it the old-fashioned way. But I'm not really sure until I try this out more, honestly. But it does have kind of a slick feel. I think it's going to take a lot of getting used to. Now, Gutenberg is supposed to be backwards compatible, and indeed, I do see that. I see that on my site that I've installed it in and tested out on. The front end of the website works just as it did before. And as you can see, when I turned on Gutenberg and went to go edit this blog post, it's remained the same. It hasn't deleted anything or moved elements. It's just shoved it all into one block. If I want to go ahead and edit it further, I'm going to have to really play around with blocks more, but I haven't lost anything. I can go ahead and view this post on the front end. I'm going to leave the page because I don't want to save any of my test changes. And this looks the same as it did before I enabled Gutenberg. The rest of the website and the rest of the blog does as well. So my hope is that this is going to provide some opportunities and that it's not going to cause too much headache. But if you have a custom code, particularly short codes, then you might really have to look into getting a professional to help you customize your site for moving forward. Now, what do I mean? What do I mean by short codes? Well, for instance, this website, my website, IRG Websites, was built using a theme called Arc. And it has a really robust page builder called the Fresh Builder that allowed me to put it together very easily. Now, by enabling Gutenberg, it shut off my page builder and it turned everything into these short codes. What does that mean? It means that now when I go in to edit it, I'm dealing with all this ugly short code. No. So for someone like me, Gutenberg is really going to be a problem when I want to go ahead and create new pages or edit existing pages, right? Well, for the time being, there is a solution. There's a plugin that's released already, actually, called Classic Editor, and it will allow you to basically turn off Gutenberg and turn on the Classic Editor, the tiny MCE editor that we're all familiar with, and continuing to use WordPress as we have before, and to basically not upgrade to Gutenberg. So with WordPress 5.0, if your theme uses something like short codes that aren't compatible with Gutenberg and its blocks, you can go ahead and install the Classic Editor plugin. And that will basically do the reverse of what I've done right here, which was here I've had the Classic Editor. I turned on Gutenberg. What I'll have to do going forward is basically turn off Gutenberg by turning on the Classic Editor. And it's meant to be not so much a workaround, but really a solution for, I'm sure, the millions of people who are going to be in a situation similar to me, similar to many of my customers, and that's what I'd recommend for the time being. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or email me, info@irgwebsites.com.